This is your warlord of Weird Sin Bodhi. Look both ways before you cross the street while you're skating on thin ice carrying scissors. You're listening to The Final Count.
Hi, this is former WWE superstar King Cross, and you're listening to The Final Count. This is former WWE and TNA Impact superstar Mike Knox, a.k.a. Nux. You are listening to The Final Count. Keep it tuned. Hey everybody, Anthony Corelli here, formerly known as Santino Morella, and you are listening to The Final Count.
Yo, peeps, you're listening to The Final Count with my boy Ryan right there, bro. So listen, don't forget who's telling you this. It's your boy, Eric. Go on.
Hello everybody, it is the Croc Rockin', Nickelback Poppin', Curls for all the girls, the Terminator, Sam Beal. As seen on Impact Wrestling, and you are listening to The Final Count.
This is former WWE superstar Victor, and you are listening to The Final Count.
Welcome to The Final Count. Here is your host, Rymode Mosley, and your co-host, the 502 Ace, Brian Dixon.
What's up? That is right. It is that time again. It is The Final Count time. Brian, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Good to be back. Good to be talking with you again. It's that time again. As I said, it is The Final Count time. It is Saturday if you're watching this, or anytime after, but we got a lot of catching up to do, and we're gonna do it within an hour or so, and we'll get it done within an hour, and we are going to talk about just catching up with just different things in the wrestling world. There's been, if you see the title of the show, it is All Shook Up. We went through a draft in WWE. We got some new champions in OVW, which we'll cover in a little bit as well. Things really has been shaken up. I know they like to use that term for the draft. And so, it wasn't too long ago that we had the draft. And so, there's really has been a shaken up. And with that being said, so last week, let me just say, for both nights, last week was Backlash. Last Saturday was Backlash. So a week ago today, it was Backlash. And that crowd in France, if you have not seen Backlash France, do yourself a favor. Go back and watch it. Go back and just watch clips of it even. And watch that crowd. That crowd literally, to me, took over the show. They were literally the show. Like, they took over it without taking over it. And they were literally the stars of the show. France, I have to say, for anyone that's listening in France, I wish I could say it in your all's language. But I know you all will understand this. Y'all were phenomenal. Y'all were lit. There's not enough words to say how much that crowd was in France. So shout out to Lyon, France. And I don't know if I said that correctly. So forgive me if I didn't say it correctly, but shout out to Lyon, France, and the fans and the crowd over there in France. Phenomenal again. So with last week's SmackDown going into, because we had SmackDown and Backlash in France, going into Backlash, we had a number of matches for Backlash, and one of the big matches going into Backlash that would happen at Backlash was the big tag team match, the Bloodline, consisting of Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa, who we assume is the new tribal chief or tribal chief 2.0, possibly, taking on Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Um, and we had a lot of developments in this match on Backlash. Uh, and then going into it, we on the night before on SmackDown, we had SmackDown went off the air with a big brawl between the Bloodline and RKO and Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. What are your thoughts on what we saw going on SmackDown? But then we had a major development on Backlash. What are your thoughts?
I loved every bit of it. I love how they're still, even though Roman's gone, pushing the bloodline even stronger.
Yeah,
I see Solo being in charge until Roman comes back. And I mentioned something to my wife the other day that what if we get Roman coming back and then all of a sudden we get the Usos back together, okay? Hear me out.
Yeah.
We get Solo and the two, how do you pronounce their name?
Tama Tonga and
him and his brother.
Yes.
Them three versus Roman and the Usos.
Yes.
As like bloodline versus bloodline type of deal.
Mm.
Or bloodline like war games or something like that,
Yeah.
Just something I mentioned to my wife, like I could see that happening.
Mm.
Like that's something I would love. But
no, that would be awesome.
As far as KO and Randy, they're great together. Randy's great with everybody he tags with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed all of it on the SmackDown and on Backlash and all of that.
Exactly. Like it was so like awesome. It's so awesome. I completely agree with you. And I think we're gonna continue to see. I don't think so. Let's jump into this real quick. So the match kicked off Backlash actually. So it was Randy Orton and Kevin Owens taking on the bloodline of again Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga. And so they come out and they're brawling, before the bell could even ring or any of that. And then Adam Pearce runs out, Nick Aldis, I'm sorry, runs out. And he's like, you all want to fight. He goes, we're just going to let y'all fight. Y'all don't want to abide by the rules. Let's throw the rules out the window. Make this basically, I believe it was a street fight or no disqualification match.
Yep.
Let's make this no disqualification. So they went out in the crowd. They was all over the place. It was chaotic. Again, the fans were on top of this thing like crazy. They really got hyped when they went in the crowd and everything. But
just to point out how involved the crowd was through everything.
Yeah,
through the whole entire night.
Exactly.
Crazy.
We had a point in the match where it looked like the bloodline was done. Count them out. They're done. 1, 2, 3. That's it. But no, the referee gets pulled out of the ring. And we have a new member of the bloodline, which you alluded to being the brother of the brother of Tama Tonga, and he is Tonga Loa, or Tonga Loa. And so apparently they're trying to say, he's not been in WWE. He was in WWE previously. Camacho, is that what his name was? Camacho. Yes. The pronouncing wasn't there. But yeah, Camacho, he was a part of after Sin Cara and all that. I think he actually was the other Sin Cara at a point. He was. I think. But the bloodline adding another member right there, it's not who we thought it was going to be. I think a lot of people thought it was going to be Jacob Fatu.
I wish.
And I think eventually we're going to get that. I feel like we're going to get that. Like I said, because I don't see this as being the last bloodline member that gets added to the bloodline.
And if you guys don't know who Jacob Fatu is, you better do your research.
Oh, yeah.
He's a beast.
Definitely, for sure, a beast.
Search MLW Jacob Fatu, and there you go.
Yeah. And so, but what an addition Tonga Loa is to the bloodline, and just the bloodline looks to be dominant, more dominant than ever right now. You think they're going away. You think there's tears in the bloodline. You think there's cracks in it, but then they just turn it around and hey, everything's all good. But really, is everything really all good? We still got Paul Heyman. Is he like being held captive? What's
Right.
going on there?
Are we gonna get a Paul Heyman turn on this per se new bloodline?
Exactly. Right. You have to wonder and consider all that. Then we have for that second match on Backlash, we had the big women's triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship. Naomi taking on Tiffany Stratton, taking on the defending champion Bayley. And again, I'll go back to the crowd again. We got the song. They serenaded Bayley and singing her song, the "Oh Bayley." I would sing the rest of it, but I don't think anybody wants to hear me sing right now. But this was a really good match. This was, not that this pay per view was, or PLE, whatever you want to call it, not that it was like something like the everybody going into it was like, oh yeah, this is going to be the best thing ever. But it actually really delivered. If you like good wrestling, this actually really delivered good wrestling. This match, this triple threat women's championship match, was really good. There was a lot of high spots in it. The off the top rope and everything, and like I think like the tower off the rope and everything. That was kind of cool. There's just a lot of great moves, and Tiffany Stratton, she has proved in that match, I believe, that she is a star. And I love that, like, all three women, it seemed like to me at least, all three women in that match were being cheered for, and they each had their moments of like, oh, the fans were going to cheer for this one. We're going to cheer for Bayley. We're going to cheer for Tiffany, Naomi. I loved it.
Yes.
What do you think about that match?
It was incredible. Like you said, she's going to be a big star. Don't get me wrong. It's great still seeing Bayley champion. Like, that's something I've wanted for so long because Bayley deserves it. Naomi is amazing, of course. They all three work so well together to still tell that story about the championship,
Yeah.
And to see at the end where, of course, Bayley picks up the win, and then Naomi immediately runs over and hugs her. Like, that's good sportsmanship right there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
To know you're in there with your best friend. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Great point right there. Then we have the big World Heavyweight Championship match. Main event, Jey Uso taking on the new World Heavyweight Champion of Damian Priest.
Yeet.
Yeet. Damian Priest in his first ever title defense as the World Heavyweight Champion. This match, again, another really good wrestling match. There was even teases in it of a possible, towards the end actually, after the match, of a possible Judgment Day breakdown, of a possible Judgment Day ending again. We've seen these teases throughout the years of Judgment Day, especially in the recent months and last year as well. But yeah, this match, there was moments in that match. Of course, I think most people knew that Jey was not going to win the title,
right?
Not right now, at least. But there was moments in that match where I was like, "Whoa!" Like, seriously, y'all got me thinking that maybe this is going to happen. I knew it wasn't, but then I'm like, y'all are pulling on my heartstrings right here.
The thing that got me was Jay's entrance. Okay, you had the crowd so behind Jay, but you also had all the Fireflies in the crowd.
Yes.
Tribute to Bray Wyatt. Like, that gave me goosebumps, bro. Like,
yeah.
Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, whatever you want to call him, was such an incredible character. I know this is getting off subject a little bit, but if you guys have not seen the documentary, highly, highly, highly recommend that. It left me with some tears, you know what I mean? But it's stuff like that these wrestlers are still putting in, even though he's gone, in his honor. Like Jay Uso's entrance was the best entrance of the night by far.
Definitely, I agree. That was again, like you said, that was an amazing sight to see the Fireflies out. And then him coming out through the crowd and everything. That was so cool.
And don't get me wrong, I love seeing Damian Priest as world champion.
Yeah,
I think this is what's going to boost his character or persona even more. Like, he deserves it. Like, he's busted his ass to be where he's at. And
he
everybody
really has.
is like, oh, he's going to cash in and lose, or he's going to lose the briefcase to Finn or something. But I see it coming down as, like you was pointing out, maybe we'll get a break in the Judgment Day, and then we'll get Damian Priest versus Demon Finn Balor at a PLE.
I'd love that.
For the championship. Like, that's my mindset of how I'm seeing Judgment Day work right now.
Yeah. I again, like we talked about after that match, we had the showing of possibly a breakdown between the Judgment Day where, and it's surprising. Like, I had to actually rewind as I was watching Saturday. I was like, wait a minute, what just happened? Because I honestly missed it. And so I went back and watched it. I was like, oh, they're attacking him, and Damien's like, no, don't attack him. Like, what's going on? Are we on the same page or not? So that was really good. And I think, again, we are going to see, as you pointed out, I think we're going to see this come to a boiling point at some point. I feel like it'll be sooner than we think. Finn Balor, the Demon Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. I loved it.
It's all going to happen while Rhea's out injured. So if you notice that she's been out, there's been more and more with the Judgment Day while she's not around.
Yeah, exactly. Because as we pointed out before, Rhea has been the glue that has held the Judgment Day together.
And you can kind of tell, like you just said, she's the glue to the Judgment Day. Like, Dom's not as good without her around, you know what I mean? I mean, it may be a storyline and all this, but you can just tell. And then JD, a.k.a. Lord Farquaad. Like, him and Dom's been messing up, or him and Balor, and Damien's not really, there for it. And for him to protect Jay like he did, like, that says something.
Oh no, I know it really does. Like, I was like, again, it had me floored for real. Then we move to the fourth match of the night. It was a big another tag team match. This time, the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, defending against the storm of Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. And we got new tag team champions out of this match. Bianca and Jade Cargill are the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. I don't know. I'm not going to say I saw it coming because I honestly didn't. But I'm so happy about this. And I love to see where they're going to go with this. Like, how they're going to do this, and how they're going to just where they're going to end up with this. Are we going to end up eventually Bianca versus Jade? Are we going to have, trouble eventually between them or something? But I will say right now they're going to be a powerhouse tag team in the tag team.
I do see a Bianca versus Jade in the near future.
Definitely.
Like, yeah, they may be together right now, but like you said, are we going to see it sooner than later? Or are we going to get it a couple years down the road? You may, like, you never know. But to quote Martinez, if you guys haven't, go check out the Can Crushers. It's about damn time. If you know, you know. Like you said, I'm not going to say we've seen it coming, but we've seen it coming. I said it. I think I said it a few podcasts back. What if they put Bianca and Jade together and boom, tag team champs?
Right. Exactly.
What do we got now? And it's great. Like I say this 10 times, bro. It was great seeing Jade in AEW, but AEW was not for her.
I agree.
It feels like she fits in with WWE, if that makes sense.
It really does. It really does. And she's where she belongs now. She really is. She's where she belongs. I think AEW was a good developmental per se for her. It was a good place to get her nationally known, internationally known. But yeah, she's where she belongs in WWE, for sure. Then we have the main event of the night was Cody Rhodes defending the WWE Championship, the undisputed WWE Championship, against AJ Styles. And again, this main event, if you love professional wrestling, if you're a fan of professional wrestling, you enjoyed this match. You loved this match. This match was really, really, really epic, really good match. You saw the fans were singing. I loved before the match even started. They're singing Cody Rhodes' song, but then and the whoa, but then you have before the announcements of each participant could be announced, they're still singing Cody Rhodes' song before Samantha even had the opportunity to ring announce either one of the participants. And so that was really cool. And I love how they had the camera panned on Samantha at first, and then the crowd's still singing, and then they just, okay, let's put the camera back on the crowd, put the focus back on the crowd. They're still singing and whatnot. They gave the crowd that moment. They gave the crowd that moment and made them the star of that moment. That was really cool.
Samantha's amazing.
She is. And while we're talking about announcers, ring announcers, what about Alicia? Alicia got called up from NXT.
Yeah, that's good right there.
That was really awesome. And so she is now the NXT, or not
the
NXT,
SmackDown.
but the SmackDown announcer. Yeah.
Where's that put
really
Samantha?
cool for her. Yeah.
She going
Really,
to Raw?
really awesome. But yeah, this match, AJ Styles, and I love the story that was told on SmackDown the night before, where AJ talked about when they had that face off before SmackDown went off there. They had that face off, and AJ talked about, hey, I wrestled your daddy right here in France for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, I believe it was, like 20 years ago. And now I'm wrestling you here for the WWE Championship. I beat your daddy 20 years ago, and so now it's my turn to beat you. So you're next, basically. And I love that they brought that into it, because really, upon this match, there was no really build up to this match, for real. I mean, if you think about it. So what are your thoughts on how this match went?
I love the storyline. Like, I love AJ, I love Cody, and just putting them two together, just have all that chemistry that they have together. Like you mentioned, him facing his dad and him bringing that up, and Cody showing the emotion, and then we get the Backlash, and the match is just phenomenal. Like you said, if you're a fan of professional wrestling, you would love that match through and through.
Most definitely.
Great storytelling.
Yeah. And so overall, like I said, this was a pretty decent Backlash pay-per-view. Like I said, it wasn't one that going into it, you expected it to be like the pay-per-view or PLE, whatever you want to call it, of the year. But it was better than it delivered better than it expected, and better than I believe most people expected it to deliver. So shout out to WWE for that Backlash. Let's jump over to Raw. What we got for Raw?
So we got the King and Queen of the Ring qualifying matches, I guess you can say. When we started off Raw with the Judgment Day kicked off Raw, and they were basically speaking on what happened at the PLE and all of that, and saying that Drew was hurt and he couldn't face Finn Balor. So they said Finn Balor would get a free pass. Adam Pearce comes out and says, no, that's not going to happen. And he announces that McIntyre's been replaced by Jey Uso, which is great because the crowd went nuts. Finn Balor was like, are you serious? Like, he was in shock. Finn and Jay had a great match. Like Finn and Jay is great in the ring. Like I don't know what it is. Like I don't like Finn that much, but like I love Demon Finn Balor. Don't get me wrong. Who doesn't?
Right.
But so Jay picks up the win on this one. As we seen, Damian Priest came out and looked like he was going to cost Jay, or no, McIntyre did. Excuse me.
Yes.
And looked like he was going to cost Jay the match, but Jay picked up the W in this one. So
yeah, I and something I'm noticing about this King of the Ring, as we'll go through it more and talk about it more. There's seems like there's a lot of injuries going into this. Like they're having to change up the matches. But yeah, you talking about Drew. Drew's still telling that story of him and Jay. Look how much stuff him and Jay, the history between him and Jay, like he doesn't trust Jay, still doesn't trust Jay at all. So,
yeah, this storyline's going to play out a little bit longer, I think,
for sure.
So, and then we have the where Drew McIntyre's backstage and told Adam Pearce he was leaving, and then once he pulls off, Punk pulls up in a Firebird a Firebird, and asks where Drew is, and he said he missed him by a few seconds. Like that was a good segment right there.
I loved it.
And then him and Punk was walking. He said, "Tell the truck to hit my music. I got something to say." And once again, Punk delivers on the mic. Like Punk just flat out delivers on the mic every time he touches a microphone.
He really does. And that promo in the ring was like really phenomenal. I love how he kept like, he's like, "I'll wait. I'll wait because I'll take over. I'll take Raw hostage," basically.
And the fact that Pat McAfee really tweeted out a picture and told Drew that CM Punk was waiting in the ring for him, like live on Raw. Like that was just a great segment. Like
I love it.
Even though there's like not much story development there between Drew and CM Punk, it was still, what needed to be to keep the story going.
Yeah, I have to say, like, I don't feel like Punk's arm. I believe he's pretty much just about ready to come back, like full time. So be looking out for that.
Yeah. And another thing I'm not gonna pick on everything on Raw, just a few things here. The fact that Ricochet and Ilya Dragunov was in the ring together. I think that was a good match. Big congratulations to Ricochet being the first ever WWE Speed Champion, by the way.
Yes.
But
and if you're not familiar with Speed, by the way, you can check that out on, I believe, X.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Exclusively on X, nowhere else. So you basically got high flying from both of these guys. Towards the end, Ilya was busted open on his head, and he came down with that strong forearm, defeated Ricochet to advance in the tournament here. So Dragunov goes to the second round. Did you see that Hurricane Rana that Ricochet gave him though?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, that was great.
Phenomenal, yeah.
Let's see, what else can I point out at Raw? Sheamus and Gunther. When them two are in the ring, the matches are going to be a banger. No pun intended.
You do.
The freaking handprint Gunther left on the back of Sheamus, dude. He chopped the living crap out of him.
He really did. Those two, not to steal his line, but banger after banger after banger. They really do.
I'd rather get put through another table hit with a steel chair than be slapped by him or Cash Roll from OVW.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. Chops hurt. If you know, you know. But, like, this is one of the hardest hitting rivals in WWE between Sheamus and Gunther. Like I'll say it again, they're Sheamus, Gunther, and Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. One of my favorite matches from WrestleMania that year.
Yes, WrestleMania 39, yeah, for sure.
Like,
And I love that they did before the main event on Raw. They went back and they showed you the history between Sheamus and Gunther. I love that they played those highlights of their history and leading up to this main event match.
and
Phenomenal.
Gunther did come out with the win, by the way,
Great
guys.
way. Yeah.
So.
And I'm not surprised by that because with Gunther picking up the win there, I'm not surprised by that because we've seen Sheamus as King of the Ring before. So
And that's all I wanted to point out with Monday Night Raw there.
something else I want to point out for Raw real quick. We had a segment between ring segment between Becky Lynch, and then I'm drawing a blank here. Liv Morgan.
Liv
Morgan came out. Yeah. And then Damage Control comes out to surround the ring, and they're gonna like attack Liv and Becky. But what does Liv do? She hightails it out of the ring. I love this new Liv Morgan this Liv Morgan revenge tour. I love this heel version of Liv Morgan. And I love to see where it's going to go, and just what they're going to do with her. Really, like, just the ways you can explore with this, the ways you can explore with her. I love it. What are your thoughts on Liv Morgan?
Are we going to see her with the title by the end of 24?
Yeah.
Whether it be the Women's Championship or the Women's World Championship, like. I've always liked Liv Morgan. Like, my wife loves Liv Morgan. But, like, it's great seeing her back. It's great seeing her actually get TV time.
Mm-hmm.
Actually get put in a great storyline with Becky. I think it's just going to be a banger of a match with them two in the ring.
Definitely. I think we'll still get, when Rhea gets back, Liv's going to be in for it. That's all I can say.
Mommy versus Dom's new mommy, ?
We did see them come out of the same locker room.
And if you notice,
area, I mean,
Dom's bandana was missing and a piece of it was sticking out of Liv Morgan's pocket.
I didn't catch that, but good catch on that. Wow.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think
Interesting.
he has found a new mommy.
Till his actual one gets back.
Right. So then it's going to be mommy versus mommy, and he's going to have to pick a side.
A mommy beatdown.
Yeah. And then we moving over to OVW Rise for May 9th, 2024. So this was this past Thursday. And we're coming off the heels of OVW, the pay-per-view that they had down on the waterfront. Actually, it was going to be a pay-per-view, but then they ended up changing it as there was issues with the audio on the stream and everything. And so shout out to OVW. They're on a roll right now as well. And coming off the heels of Double Cross. A lot of new champions coming off the heels of Double Cross.
Oh, yeah.
Well, a couple. I won't say a lot, but actually I will say a lot because there was about 3. Just about every title changed hands almost.
Hush.
Yeah, that's a big one. We'll get to that. So we have kicking off Rise. We have Tusk and Chains. That is the 80s baby, TW3, and the Mammoth, Donovan Cecil, taking on Muscles and Mayhem in a non-title match. And the new tag team champions pick up the win here. And this, like I said, non-title match, and they pick up the win. But what a awesome showing, and I love seeing Tusk and Chains with the OVW Tag Team Championships. What about you?
It's about damn time.
It really is. It is.
Shout out Mark again. No, like the chemistry, like Donovan Cecil being Kentucky's strongest man is just incredible. You know, because I've always liked Mark Henry growing up, so that world strongest man persona was actually true. You know what I mean? And like seeing Donovan Cecil in that kind of, you know, I don't know how to put it, that kind of
like
region or area, or yeah. And him actually showing it, like him and TW3, like when they was first together, you wouldn't think they worked out.
Yeah,
they just clicked with the crowd like that. And ever since then, they just been on fire.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I love how OVW can put a tag team together, and at first you might be like, "Oh, I don't know if that's going to work or not." As a fan, at least that's how I think. I'm like, I don't know if they're going to mesh well together or not. But then, like you said, Tusk and Shane's perfect example here. This is taken off. Like it is, you get them out there, and they got the TWT with the clapping going on, getting the crowd really hyped up and everything. And yeah, really excited about everything with Tusk and Chains. And excited to see who their next challengers could possibly be. I'm banking on their first challengers is probably gonna be Peaches and Cream, Omar Amir, and Lucius Lawrence.
oh, them guys.
Then we have the second match of the night for hour one: Tony Gunn versus Maximo Suave, and Gunn picks up the win via the kill shot. So Gunn versus Suave here. Tony Gunn on a row after last week's match with Real One Enzo. What are your thoughts on Tony Gunn here?
Tony Gunn's incredible. Like, I remember going to OVW and him coming out with a teddy bear, if that tells you anything. To see his character development, like, it's crazy. But Tony, like you said, Tony's on a roll, man. He is on a roll.
Did you get to catch Double Cross last week?
I did not.
Okay, yeah.
Sadly.
That was a phenomenal show. Really good match between him and Real One.
Who won that one?
Yeah. It was Tony Gunn, I believe. I have to go back and check, but don't hold me to that. But I believe it was Tony Gunn that picked up the win there. And so does this rivalry between him and Real One continue? We'll have to wait and see. Just see what progresses over the next couple weeks.
It's been a good one.
It really has. I can't see it ending off of just that strap match.
Right.
I can't see it ending off of just that. I feel like we're going to see more between these two. So, yeah. Then we have Star Rider, and this seems to be an epidemic, if I can talk right. This seems to be an epidemic between people in the Rush division. So Star Rider comes to the ring to announce he is injured, but when he comes back better, badder, and stronger than ever, he is coming for the new OVW Rush Division champion, who we saw crowned last Thursday at Double Cross as well, and that is Will Austin. So he's going to come for the new OVW Rush Division champion and his Rush Division championship. And Star Rider said, you're just holding my Rush Division championship for now. When I come back, I'm taking that all from you. I'm taking it from you. So Will Austin in Star Rider's eyes just a placeholder. And this brings out the new champion, Will Austin, who attacks Star Rider locking on the figure four. Then Hota Peso, who also is dealing with a leg injury or a knee injury or something. He comes to try to make the save, but meets the same fate, having the figure four locked on him as well. This brings out the referees and OVW staff to stop Will Austin. And let me say, Will Austin, his style, very Seth Rollins-esque, as Mick Foley picked up on. And he made the comment on commentary as he was on commentary for hour one. He made the point of saying something along the lines of Seth Rollins is missing a part of his wardrobe or something like that.
Yeah, because of his jacket.
I love that comment. And just how good is Mick Foley on commentary? So
right,
good.
right. It fits him well.
But what are your thoughts on our new OVW Rush Division champion, Will Austin?
He deserves it. Like, at first, I didn't like Will Austin, but like seeing his character development and all of that is he's good. I got to give it to him.
He reminds me of a Dylan Bostic almost.
Yes.
Minus the Taylor Hendricks.
Hey, Taylor, man, I still follow her on Instagram, dude. Like, Taylor's a beast. Like, I wish she would come back, but
Yeah, Taylor's awesome. Same.
Taylor is awesome.
Um. So yeah, Will Austin, and I also think he's like almost like a Justin Bieber. So yes, Will Austin, if you see this, and you probably will, because we'll probably tag you in one of our posts. So you'll probably see this. Yes, I am comparing you to Justin Bieber. So you want to blame me? Blame me.
Deal with it.
Right, deal with it. Freya the Slayer and Hollywood Haley J versus All American Sweethearts, Lady Bird and Sophia Rose, taking on All American Sweethearts, Sophia Rose and Lady Bird. And Haley and Freya pick up the win here. Big tag team win for Freya and Hollywood Haley J. I love these two as a tag team. These two as a tag team they're really, really good together. They are baddies. They're both baddies. Let me just say that. Haley being the main baddie, but they're both baddies nonetheless.
Baddies.
What are your thoughts on the team of Freya the Slayer and Hollywood Haley J, and then also All American Sweethearts?
You know, I don't know which one it was. Was it Sophia Rose or Lady Bird, the one that had the story?
Yeah, that's Sophia. Yeah.
Okay, like that story is incredible. If you guys don't know, I'm sure you can find it on the internet. To see what happened to her and to see her become a professional wrestler to help her with all of that is just incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing.
These two together, it was a great choice. They obviously seem like they're the same, like, skill based, or same, like, what's the word I'm looking for? My mind went blank. You know what I'm talking about.
Like reservoir or something.
Yeah, like the same physical specimen or whatever.
Yeah.
They do great as a team. Hollywood and Freya, they do great singles or a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are baddies, like you said. For sure.
Yes. Complete baddies. Then we have Cal Hero, our OVW Media Champion. He is literally, besides EC3, the only one that going into Double Cross kept his championship. So him and EC3, the only ones that have remained champion. Although EC3 didn't really have a match on Double Cross, he was a part of it, but didn't have a match on it. But he was, we'll get to that later. But Cal Hero versus Carson Drake, a rematch from Double Cross, and Cal picks up the win here via a roll up. Cal, after the match, says he is all about respect, but doesn't want to hear another person say he got where he is because of nepotism and because of his dad.
Always said it.
He did. He said it, and
I've always said it. He's not here because of his dad.
Yeah, he's not, and it's the truth. He's proven. He's proven what he can do in the ring. He's proven he'll put in the hard work. And he's not just like he said, he's not there because of his dad's relationship with Al Snow, his dad's friendship with Al Snow. That's not why he's there.
Right.
And so also let me going back to Double Cross last Thursday. We had Carson Drake come to the ring with Shalance Royale and Ari Alexander, Double A Ari Alexander. And Carson Drake got what he had coming to him, as he got the slaps from both Ari and Shalance Royale as well. And so, Carson Drake not doing too good in the women's department right there, I guess. And so that wraps up our number 1. Moving into hour number 2, we kick off with an in-ring segment. Mick Foley basically just talking about his dog Wolfle. It's Wolfle time with Mick Foley as he is back this week on commentary, as we pointed out in hour 1. And kicking off hour 2, he talks about his love of being at OVW. He talks about how he loves coming here to OVW. He'll be back in 2 weeks. And when he comes back in 2 weeks, he wants to hear Wolfle chants when he is back. And we get Wolfle chants 2 weeks in advance. So we got Wolfle chants on Rise this week as well. And look forward to hearing Wolfle chants again next week. So always a great thing to see Mick Foley when he is in the OVW and in Davis Arena. Shout out to Mick Foley. Then we have first match of hour 2. We have Orion versus the Iron Demon Shane Mercer. And Mercer picks up the win here via a middle rope moonsault and battery. This match was a great match. Again, Orion and Shane Mercer, both great athletes. Shane, we know the beast he is. We know the demon he is. The powerhouse that Shane Mercer is. There's nobody else like him. He legit is a beast.
Shane Mercer is a freaking beast.
He really is. Like I was sitting because I was there live last night. For those that didn't see, and so I was sitting on the side where he pulled off that moonsault and battery at, and I saw the face of Orion on it. He was like, I was like, whoa! I felt like fear for him, like just seeing the look on his face. Like, you have to wonder, like, oh my gosh, landing that way, and just like wow. I know these are trained athletes and everything, trained professionals, but still, what if it went wrong? Oh my gosh. No, Shane Mercer is a beast and always never fails to impress when he's in the ring, when he's in a match. What are your thoughts on Orion?
I love that he changed his character. What was his name? What was his character before?
He was
Blanco Loco.
Blanco Loco, yeah.
Yeah, like just seeing that character change and the character, like I've said, character change and development a lot this episode, but I mean it's true. If you like, are you that wrestling fan like me? You pay attention to more detail in the matches and of the character and the development and all of that. Like Orion, he's a beast.
Definitely. And like you said, talk about Blanco Loco. Like he says, Blanco Loco is dead, and Orion lives. So yeah. And we have Super Z, the OVW resident superhero. Super Z is back this week, taking on Boy Toy Troy Austin. I've never seen in OVW, so he's new to me at least. And Super Z picks up the win here via a flying crossbody. Super Z, let me just tell you, he is so over. He is, again, OVW's resident superhero. And I just have to wonder, does anyone know or has anyone seen where ZDP is? I haven't seen ZDP.
Super Z? Yeah, good point. Where is ZDP?
I think we're on the lookout for ZDP. I'd like to know where he is,
because he just disappeared.
Maybe we can reach out to Super Z and see if Super Z would want to come on the final count.
That would be amazing.
That would be really cool. I'd love to talk to Super Z. So maybe we can work that out and see if he can give us any answers on where ZDP is. Maybe I'll make some contacts and see if we might can get him for a upcoming. Maybe we'll do a Friday night edition of our final count review show and do a little segment and bring on Super Z. If you'd be up for that, fans, let us know in the comments
Most definitely.
of the episode, and let us know on our social media, and we'll maybe reach out to Super Z and see if we can bring him on for a special Friday night edition. So,
And I know it's been a minute, but if you guys haven't checked out the 100th episode, you're sleeping.
yes, you
Especially
are sleeping.
with the one and only Josh Ashcraft.
Yes,
Bro.
And we're gonna do more. Again, we're gonna do more live editions. So that's just the first. So there'll be more. Just be on the lookout. Give us time.
I was giving a big shout out to Josh though. He's incredible.
He really is.
He's a great
it's
human
so cool
being,
to be
dude.
able to say that he was on. So
Right.
and our first, it worked out so well having him on as our first live episode guest. Yeah, agreed. Very cool. And then our main event of the evening, we had the NWA World Heavyweight Champion and OVW National Champion EC3, Jay De Niro, and the new OVW Heavyweight Champion, Superior Tony Evans.
Hush.
Taking on the tag team of the veteran Jack Vaughn, certified Luke Curtis, and a mystery partner who we would find out would be the returning Crixus. And Crixus has returned. And our winners of this match, Jack Vaughn, Luke Curtis, and Crixus, pick up the win here via the certifier by Luke Curtis on the new OVW Heavyweight Champion, Tony Evans. Does Luke Curtis have Evans' number here? Is the certified era not over yet?
I don't think it is.
I mean, we shall see, but I'm all on board with the Hush era.
I mean, me too. Tony's a beast, but like, we didn't get enough Luke Curtis as champion.
I give you that, but still, I'm
Curtis,
on board with that. Hush.
Curtis busted his ass to get that championship, dude.
He has. I'm not going to downgrade it because I love Luke Curtis just like I love Tony Evans. And Luke Curtis, his run's not over. I think he will have. I know he will have the OVW Heavyweight Championship again. But I also feel like he could be the next OVW National Champion.
I was gonna say if he don't get the heavyweight title, I mean he can always go for the national title.
And I think that's really where he might go at, based off of going back to Double Cross again. Based off Double Cross, who was the one that cost? Who was the one that cost Luke the OVW Heavyweight Championship?
Yep.
None other than EC3, the National Heavyweight Champion, or the National Champion of OVW. And so he couldn't get it done with the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, though he almost did. I think he's going to get it done with the National Championship. I think only time's going to tell, and I think we'll see that soon.
Oh, yeah. I have a villain.
And so what a rise this was this week. Another great rise for OVW. OVW's putting them out there. They're putting out shows like crazy. Let's give a shout out to OVW, the OVW podcast, our friends over at the OVW podcast. If you have not checked them out, go give them a follow. Go check them out on their social media as well. And then they have the OVW Fan Zone on Facebook. If you have not joined the OVW Fan Zone, go join that OVW Fan Zone. They didn't ask us to plug this. Actually, they're not even the ones that run it, I believe. There's a guy by the name of Jason, and his last name slips me at the moment. But he's the one that started this Facebook group for OVW fans and everything. And so there's a lot of communication going on in that chat. If you're an OVW fan from anywhere in the world, go join that chat. Talk about your love for OVW and everything that goes along with that, and just the family that OVW is, because OVW is legit a family. I know we've said it along, for years. I've said it for years. I've said it to just not even on the podcast. I've said it, to people just in general talking. OVW, if you've been to OVW once, your family. Once you come, you might visit. You might be a visitor, per se. Everyone's a visitor, but you know what I'm saying. You come to OVW that first time, your family from then on out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So yeah. So what a great week of wrestling. A great lot of
Get it? It won't focus with the camera.
a lot of stuff happened this week, and a lot of, like I said, shaking up this week. Let's go ahead and pay some bills here.
Let's do it. Let's do it. You ready?
Let's cue up some music here for our. If I can get some music going here for our. Yeah. All right. Here we go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, when you go to collarnelbowbrand.com and use our promo code FinalCountKY to save yourself 10% at checkout. Check out all the t-shirts, hat, merchandise, all that. Support everybody there. Support Al Snow. That's collarnelbowbrand.com. Use our promo code FinalCountKY to save yourself 10%.
And head on over to shop at www.shop.com using our personal link in the description of the episode below.
And you guys can head over to jcountyapp.com now to get your official Final Count hoodie for $45, t-shirt for only $25, or you can head over to our website made by me that needs to be updated, but it will be updated very soon. You can get personalized t-shirts, car coasters, air fresheners, keychains, you name it, we probably have it. Check in with us. We'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Don't forget to check out the audio version of the podcast. You can catch it on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and on iTunes. So wherever your favorite podcast platform is, go listen to us on there, the audio versions, and then also check us out on YouTube and give us a subscribe, and you know the rest as far as the YouTube goes.
And without further ado, head over to w.gg, use promo code FinalCountKY to save 10% at checkout. It is your taste buds' favorite energy drink. Once again, that's w.gg, use promo code FinalCountKY, and your taste buds will love you forever.
All right, and with that being said, another great week of wrestling. Another great podcast episode.
Absolutely.
We're gonna get rolling back in the swing of things. Bear with us, guys. Again, we want to thank you for being on this ride with us.
Yes.
We want to thank you for following us, for liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. Following us on all our social media. Going to the website, checking out the website. There's so much stuff. We're planning on getting out to some shows. We'll get out there. We know we've said it, but we're gonna get to do it. It's gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. So,
yes, absolutely.
Things are on the up and up. Non-wrestling related announcement here, and Brian probably knows what I'm about to say.
Oh yeah, big move.
It is a big move. I have a new job. We usually talk about this kind of stuff at the beginning. I have a new job, so I think getting out to shows will happen semi more regularly than they have been. So
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm working on getting a new job, but I love where I'm at. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it is what it is at this point. The world we live in today, you need more money to make a living and to live. So we won't get into that stuff, but thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for the support. Like I said, I will do my best to get the website caught back up. Be sure to check that out. We'll share it on all social media. Check out past episodes. Check out past clips, shorts. Ryan does one heck of a job doing the shorts and all that. You guys let us know what you would like to see or hear or us discuss.
Don't forget you can call into our hotline. Leave us leave us a voicemail and let us know what you would like to hear, what you like about the podcast, what you love about the podcast, even what you hate about it. If you hate one of us, let us know. We're not going to retaliate or anything.
I'll just tell you to hush.
Yeah, we might just tell you to hush. Yeah. But other than that, yeah, we're open to all, and we're open to all calls and all comments and whatnot. And another thing, we might end up, now our buddies over at Can Crushers do this and ask Can Crushers. We might possibly look at doing if y'all would like it, do a Ask the Final Count, where be an episode where y'all call in and ask us different questions. You leave a voicemail and ask us questions, and we respond to those voicemails. And so, yeah, you can ask us different topics, different thoughts on different topics in the wrestling world and whatnot, and we'll answer those questions. So just a thought of some future episodes that we can possibly do and get into. And hey, with the merch, you never know, there could be more giveaways coming soon. We just got to get more people behind it.
Yep, absolutely.
Be willing to check us out. Again, thank you for all your support. And right now, as I say every week, we will see you down the road.
Later, guys.
Peace out, guys.